You can see you cannot create a vendor with grouping RFO1 because we have not done the last setting, this one, CVI.
CVI,
For
CVI.
BP2 vendor, it is not done. Right? Only when you do the BP2 vendor, then only system will be able to allow you to create a vendor. Okay, but this is very common. Normally, we create BP groupings at the global level. Same BP groupings are assigned to customers also and vendor also. So that if I have a business partner, let's say Reliance is having a Tata as a customer and also as a vendor. So BP, if the Tata is already created, I don't need to create again the separate business partner to treat it as a vendor. Same business partner can be used as a customer also and as a vendor also.
When I asked this question earlier, you said we cannot do that.
No, Akshay, your question was, can I have one BP assigned to multiple vendor account groups?
Okay, maybe I did not ask correctly. I asked one BP account, grouping can be assigned to a customer account group and as well as vendor account group.
Yes, one BP grouping can be assigned to one customer account group, one vendor account group. But one BP grouping cannot be assigned to multiple customer account groups or multiple vendor account groups.
Okay.
Okay, because the configuration is different. Let me complete this configuration, then you will get the idea. So now what I want to do is I want to do the last setting for BP to vendor. Again using CVI. Because you can see the node completely is different for vendor settings and customer settings. So if I come out of this, see currently I'm in the vendor integration. Sorry, this is exactly what I need. So vendor integration, and here I'll create a new entry for R, which one I'm trying to extend? I'm trying to extend 7090, which is RFO1, right? Yeah, RFO1, it is clearly showing here. So RFO1 would be assigned to which vendor account group you want to assign it to. So let's say I will assign it to RFOR. Okay, I will go and assign it to RFOR, which I created as vendor account group, this one. Okay, I'm not ticking on same number, I'm just saying RFOR. RFO, not 0. Okay, and try to save it. Coming to your question, Akshay, can I assign RFO1 to any other group also? So for example, if I try RDO1, see here you will get error. One BP grouping cannot be assigned to multiple customer or vendor account groups, right?
Right. But RFO1 is assigned to RFOR already, correct?
Yes, RFO1 BP grouping I am assigning to RFOR vendor account group. And RFO1 is already assigned to customer account group. That is the reason we were able to create customer.
Yes, correct.
Right. So now if I try to continue with this, if I just press another enter and try to save it, see now the same business partner is your customer also and is your vendor also.
Please check the vendor account group.
Vendor account group. So if you want to check the vendor account group, you will go to general data. Okay. And here, if you are in FLVN00 only, then you will be able to see vendor general data. This vendor general data will only appear if you are in vendor role. If you are in customer role, you will be able to see customer general data. So if you go to general data, this is where you are able to see the account group.
Yeah, got it.
I have a question, Vikram.
Yes, Raj.
For the CVI, What sort of questions we can have in the certification? Or is it just any percentage allocated to this? Because this is one of the new things I could see in S4.
No, I
Could you
don't
please
think
help
more
us?
than I don't think more than 2 questions will come on CVI. And even if the question comes on CVI, it would be
Hello.
Hello.
I think we lost him.
yeah. Hello, are you able to hear me now?
Able to hear you, Vikram?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. So, yeah, I was trying to answer Raj's question, certification questions. So, the questions which can be asked are like, which are the different roles related to vendor, or which are the roles related to customer, or maybe what are the 2 prerequisites of having the same numbers for your BP as well as your customer or vendor. Those kind of questions are asked normally in the exam. Okay, not more than 2. Even sometimes 1 question is enough for BP. BP is a very small concept because see, whatever exams are there, those are not only the exams for the delta. The exams are for the entire MM and SD. So only 1 or 2 questions can be expected from the master data point of view.
Thanks, Vikram.
Yeah. Is this the whole of the CVI, or anything new topics are there in CVI?
No, CVI is a very big concept actually, Akshay. When we talk about CVI, it is a very big concept, but only thing is whatever is relevant to us in terms of creation of vendor and customer, this is the only thing that we need to remember. Later on, at the time of system conversion, also I will be explaining you some more details regarding CVI. But for the new implementation point of view, this setting is enough.
Okay.
Okay. So what we were doing is, yeah, so I told you to remind me regarding the flexible group. So that is another answer to the question which Akshay asked. Akshay, you said, if I have a BP grouping, can I have more than 1 vendor account groups? Okay, I told you the answer. It is not possible. You can assign only 1. But even after that, if a customer says, no, I have 1 BP grouping, but I want at the time of creation of customer or a vendor, I want the option that it provides me the option to enter the account group. Okay, if that is the case, then you have to click on the flexible grouping. When you say flexible grouping, this means system will allow you at the time of business partner, vendor, customer creation that you can change the default grouping which is pre-delivered or which is defaulted from this configuration. Right? So whenever I'm creating, let's say, a customer or a vendor using this RFO1, and I don't want the system to default RFOR, I want to select it on my own. Okay, so that kind of flexibility would be provided if you click on the flexible grouping. Okay, but the problem is you cannot use both at the same time. This is also one important question. Can I use same numbers and flexible groupings at the same time? Just try. You'll get an error. Same numbers and flexible groupings cannot be combined. And there is a valid reason. If you say flexible grouping, then system will not check those 2 prerequisites which are required for same number. right? That is the reason either you will go with this or you will go with this. And most of the time we don't convince or we don't entertain the customer to use multiple groupings, and that is the reason, although this option is provided, most of the customers will go with the same numbers. Okay, Akshay, clear?
Yes, yes. So for that we need not need to maintain the different groupings here.
No, it
Means
will definitely not allow. It will
whatever
definitely not allow.
group are there, they will be shown in F4.
Right. Let me show you. So now I ticked on this flexible grouping, and now if I try to create a new BP, okay, with grouping RFO1. So RFO1, this is correct. This one I want to create FLVN00. Okay, let's click on create, and here let me go and show you in general data. You can see this vendor account group field is open for changes. You can select whatever account group you want.
Okay.
Okay, so
Right.
this is flexibility. This is flexibility what is only provided if you click on the flexible group. Otherwise, if I show you same thing for RF or RDO1, which we used yesterday, okay, you can see it is blocked. It is not allowing you to change also. It is automatically defaulting. Okay, here it is not flexible. It is fixed. If you want flexible, you have to tick on this indicator, flexible grouping. I think I closed it. Got the point?
Yes.
Vikram, what is the best practice?
Best practice, normally we go with same numbers.
Thanks.
Okay. So now let's try to understand the table concept. Okay, because yes, Akshay.
So we can give same number range to customer, vendor, and BP at the same time. Means
Yes. Customer vendor numbers are independent, right? You can have the same numbers, not a problem.
okay. So same number for the customer and same number for the vendor.
Yes, 100%. We can. Only thing is, whenever you are creating the vendor and customer number ranges, they must be same, and that same number tick should be on for both the configurations. Then what will happen is, whenever you are creating a vendor or a customer, let me show you what happened.
So there we need to in the BP assignment we need to tick on the same.
Right. See, what will happen in that case is, here you will be able to see business partner number and vendor and customer number also would be same. In this case, we want to create vendor. If I create a customer and if I make sure that the same number tick is on for BP grouping and customer account group, then I'll get the same number here also.
Yeah.
Vikram, just on the screen, I have a question. Say I have created the vendor role first, and then if I come and add later on also that number is reserved, or we have to do it at the same time? Because in this scenario, if you see that we have the supplier first. No?
Raj, number is reserved. I told you the reason yesterday, na? And even if you do it after months, it is going to take the same number. That is the reason these numbers are external, because
that's what it is. Yeah, it's allocated in the back.
Okay. Now, anything in SAP, whenever you do any transaction, whenever you do any configuration, transaction, even the master data that you created, in the background, everything is getting stored in the tables. Okay, so what happens in SAP or any other software? There is a front end and there is a back end. Okay, what do you mean by front end? Front end is what the user is able to see. So this is a front end, right? I'm creating a vendor, I'm getting these fields. But once I enter all this information and once I click on the save button, what will happen? Whatever data I entered here, that will go and get stored somewhere in the background. Okay, and that is called as backend, what you cannot see. That is something which is stored in the database. So we discussed already in our initial sessions that SAP was using third-party databases till now. Now SAP uses HANA database. So what is exactly the purpose of HANA database? The purpose of HANA database itself is to store all this information. So each and everything, whatever you are entering here, whatever you are able to see here, this is something coming from the database only, right? If I want to see what is stored in the database, what is stored in the different tables, there are few transactions like SE11 or SE16 or SE16N, or you can use SE16H. Okay, there may be some other transactions also, but I think this much are enough. So SE11 and SE16N, these are two commonly used transactions. SE16H is new one, which is provided by SAP in S4HANA, which can also be used for looking at the tables. But normally, I prefer SE16N. It's up to you whether you are comfortable with SE11 or SE16N. So if I go to SE16N transaction code, you can see it is asking you which table you want to see. Okay, so for example, you need to remember some of the tables. Okay, and that will come when you start working on the system. So one table, for example, material master is MARA, M-A-R-A, is the most important table when it comes to the material master. All the material information is stored in table MARA. If I press enter, you can see it is a table which stores the general information about the material. Okay, so which material we created yesterday? I think we created alcohol to manufacture the sanitizer. So alcohol is a material. If I try to execute, it will show me the complete detail of that particular material master. Okay, so whatever information we entered, when we created, who has created this material, okay, what is the material type, what is the material group, okay, whatever information we entered in that material master screen. If I show you, we entered all these things in transaction MM01. And if I want to display it, I can go to transaction MM03. Okay, so here I will write enter, and enter. You can see all this information: base unit of measurement, material group. So all the things that we entered here, those are getting stored in the table level. Okay, so everything, whatever you do in SAP in the front end, automatically it gets stored in the background. If you delete something in the front end, that will be deleted from the database tables also, right? So just wanted to give you the names of some important tables for those topics which we discussed till now. Okay, so MARA, as I told you, related to material master. Similarly, if I talk about the BP related tables, okay, the tables which are normally used for storing the business partner relevant information, number one is BUT 000. Okay, BP general data table. So here, if you know the business partner number, okay, you can go and find out the business partner.